2, 3, 4. It's the American Idiot's Guide to Soccer. The American Idiot's Guide to Soccer. The American Idiot's Guide to Soccer. American Idiot's Guide to Soccer. Yeah.
Hello, and welcome back to An American Idiot's Guide to Soccer. My name is Zach, and today I have with me Carlos.
Zach. Yes.
And Ryan.
Zach.
And you have with you?
Carlos. And Zach.
Dude, I just realized, I started it off with, today I have with me, as if it's it's just my fucking show. That's why I was hoping you'd come back with, and I have Zach with me. Sorry.
I actually loved that. That was, just
yeah,
exactly perfect you.
Yeah, totally awkward.
Here we go, guys. Welcome back. We're hoping to cover an intro to soccer positions at some point today. So, but what we have to do to fully ingratiate Carlos into the
good old ingratiate.
Ingratiate? That's not the word.
Yeah, that's definitely not a word, but I love it. We have to ingratiate Carlos into the podcast.
I was going to say integrate, but that sounds bad. Nowadays,
Dude.
We can't say that, right?
Okay.
No, I'm excited for that, guys. That sounds awesome.
Well, we're ingratiating you.
Ingratiating.
So with your ingratiation, you have to choose a team that's potentially getting relegated from any league, and I believe you already chose this.
Yes,
Yeah.
from the Serbian Superliga, we're going to go with Radnik Surdilica.
Radnik?
FK Radnik Surdilica.
Surdilica.
They're
currently 13th in the Serbian Superliga.
That is the coolest name of the teams. So, I've picked Granada in La Liga 2 in Spain. Is that what it is? La Liga 2?
Liga Segunda.
Liga Segunda.
Yeah.
And
I picked the Sheffield Wednesday Owls.
Right.
And I only picked them, and they are in the Championship League. And I only chose them because of their name being Wednesday. I fucking love that. Who chooses a day of the week? It actually has a great backstory. I don't know if I brought that up in the pod before.
I have not. I would love to hear that.
Yeah, so it started off as a rugby team or a rugby club, and they could only practice on Wednesday. And that's not even a joke. They could all just practice on Wednesday in the place where they were practicing. That's the only day of the week they could get to practice. So they became Sheffield Wednesday and eventually became a football club.
Whoa.
And so I'm not sure where the Owls came into place, but So I chose just for Wednesday. I think that's fucking amazing. A day of the week, and it's not Friday or Saturday. It's fucking Wednesday.
Yeah, dude. Who? I mean, obviously Wednesday was selected because that's when no one had shit to do.
Oh, dude, absolutely. And it's of all the days of the week, Wednesday, you know what? And this is fucking spot on. Oh, yeah, and also I got some fucking Wednesday gang signs going I just came up with.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
is that
just...
a thing for
No,
that?
that's not a thing. It's not a thing.
Because you can do
But no, Sheffield Wednesday is
Dude, look at this. This is like an owl.
That's the Napoleon one, right? From
Napoleon?
the Napoleon Dynamite movie?
Oh, yeah.
No,
Dude, fuck yeah, it is.
That's
Dude, no, but
Classic
Sheffield
one.
Wednesday, they are in the most Wednesday time of their life because they are currently under administration, which for us Americans is essentially very similar to bankruptcy, where they are now being controlled by a bank. They no longer have their former owner, who was one of our shame of the week.
Yeah.
And this was all announced last week. And with the following 2 or 3 days, I saw a post from, I don't know, one of their team heads.
Yeah.
And the amount of stuff that's been bought from the store, tickets for the games, is insane.
Is it skyrocketing?
Yeah, skyrocketing because they're coming behind the team. They're saying, hey, we know you're in a bad spot. We're going to boost you up. And I went on their store. I'm oh, this is great. I'll buy something. Everything's sold out.
No way.
Yeah, all their jerseys are sold out. All their hats are sold out.
nice.
Dude,
Hats
it's fucking
off to
awesome.
the people of
Dude,
Sheffield.
I mean,
that's incredible.
It's taking a shit situation. Now, the downside about being at administration is you lose 12 points
Yeah, that's a huge bummer.
So chances are very good. I mean,
'Cause
unless
now
they have.
Sorry, they sit at -6 right now, right?
Yeah.
So dead last in the championship at -6 points.
Yeah.
Wow.
So unless they have an insane turnaround, they will be relegated.
Now you can appeal. Can you appeal when you get what is it called again?
Administration.
Can you appeal the points for administration? Because I feel like
I'm not sure. I haven't read anything about the appeal process, but it sounds like they're just taking it on the chin. They're saying, "Hey, listen, this is what's got to
Yeah.
happen," and but there are people getting around him, which is fucking cool as shit. I'm so glad
Oh,
I
yeah,
chose
dude.
this team because
Dude.
like
perfect.
I mean, so they will be relegated, very high chance, but like they're trying to turn it around.
Yeah, dude.
So
I
what's
love
the-
embracing it like that. Sorry.
So what's the opposite of the shame of the week then?
Yeah.
What do you
Oh,
call it?
man.
Because
Big ups.
it sounds like Wednesday's fans deserve it. You know?
Yeah.
Dude,
Praise
hell
of the-
yeah.
Praise of the week.
Dude.
Yeah.
Praise of the week.
Praise of the week.
Dude. Man.
Carlos, you can say it. Who gets praise of the week?
Sheffield Wednesday's
Hell
fans.
yeah.
Good job, guys.
Yeah,
Way to
seriously.
keep football.
Dude, I love
alive.
that. Can you imagine, like, in the U.S. that ever happening? I have a hard time believing that would ever happen. Like, I
No.
even think of with the Chicago White Sox baseball team.
Yeah.
They had one of the worst years in baseball history. Like, they were one of the worst teams in baseball all of history last year.
Wow.
And their fans, by the, last few games, they were dwindling in, the hundreds of people showing up.
Wow.
Wow.
And, it was like they're really struggling. I don't know. And nobody came and supported them. Like, they were like, yeah, whatever. Now, it was a different situation. It wasn't a financial situation. But Sheffield Wednesday is also struggling on the pitch. We've lost the last 4 in a row. And I think part of that, though, I mean, how do you play when you're not getting paid?
Well, I mean,
How do you
we
play
should
great?
probably include the coaches, and the players in this, praise.
Yeah.
Do we say praise?
The
Praise of the week.
Praise
Because
of the week.
think about that for 1 second. Like if your job just all of a sudden was like, yo, dude, like we fucked up majorly, and like you're not gonna get paid, so but you can still come in.
Yeah, and they still come in. I
Like-
wouldn't.
Now, with the caveat of no one's gonna watch me do my job and scout me to come do my job at another place.
Yeah.
You know,
So
Yeah, for sure.
it is still a showcase for the players and the coaches, but
the staff. I think
not getting paid is
Yeah.
still I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and, this.
You
dude,
feel for the staff, because they're
Oh.
not earning thousands
dude.
of dollars a week.
Very similar
like
to-
players.
dude,
to,
the folks
The current government shutdown.
Yeah.
Folks who are on furloughed or not getting paid.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I don't see them buying any USA T-shirts.
Well, I was scouting
for the best.
They bought them last year, right? Before everything happened, those were the TSA shirts.
I love it.
I've been scouting some government workers to start my own government. So
Perfect.
Let us know. Let me know for sure. I'm looking for a new one. If you...
All right, we are.
But,
How's
Granada.
how are they doing?
I do have to say, just in direct opposite of what's happening with Wednesday, is that since we've begun following Granada, they have yet to lose a game. Now they're
Damn.
not
Fantastic.
winning games.
Okay.
The last game in the Copa del Rey, they beat Rhoda. They crushed Rhoda 5-1, but they have drawn the last 3 and won 2 since we've started this show.
Damn.
And, yeah, I mean they are solidly in the relegation zone, with 11 points from 11 games. But
So tell me this: are you able to actually watch them? Or
No,
you're in the
I'm-
cliff notes?
I'm
Yeah.
purely in highlight mode now.
Man,
I'm working on figuring it out. I probably could have watched
dude, I tried to figure it out for you.
today.
I looked so deep into it, and I don't know. I think there's a couple of channels over there that you can buy a subscription for.
Yeah.
But then I think you'd also have to buy a VPN and put your VPN to Spain.
I have a VPN. So
Oh, do you? Yeah, then you might be able to do that
nice.
for Granada. And they need you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you've done it up for them so far.
Yeah, I mean, just mention them. They have I can't remember his name, but they have the first game that I watched the highlights of. They had that 5-goal onslaught. Literally the first update I provided. It might have been in a practice episode that we didn't release, but They have I believe he's a striker who's, man, he had a couple just beautiful goals. But long story short, I am actually longing for some Granada in my life to watch. So
Yeah.
if anybody has any pointers on how to watch Liga Segunda in Spain,
Yeah.
pass them along to AA.
I got one.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, you can fly to Spain and go watch the
Yeah,
game.
dude,
in person.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
go check it out.
we are in need of a field trip, so I mean, we'll
There
have to
you
go
go.
at
Yeah.
some point.
Hey, here's
For
a
sure.
challenge for you guys. If one of the teams that we're following here gets to the point where they can possibly win the league,
Ooh.
you know,
Oh my God.
then at that point you
We
have
gotta
to
go.
fly to that game.
Dang, dude.
Yeah,
have to
dude.
go and
Where
check
would
that
you
out.
have to go? You'd have to go to
Serbia.
Serbia.
And be ready for it because those
Oh,
Eastern European teams do
dude.
not mess around.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
mess
Yeah.
around.
What do we know about
Yeah,
So
Redneck?
I don't know anything about them because I just picked
we
them
just
5
picked
minutes
now,
ago,
so-
right?
Yeah,
But
that's true.
the Serbian league is I think their main team is the Red Star Belgrade.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I
okay.
can't pronounce it in the in Serbian. It's got
like a
crazy
bit
Serbian
raw.
name.
We'll get there.
But
Yeah.
when you get a chance, look up the entrance to the field for the Red Star Belgrade team and
Oh,
what
yeah?
the opposing team has to go through. They go underneath the stands of the jumping and screaming
Oh,
fans
no
for
way.
Red Star
Really?
Belgrade. And there's talks, there's things that I've seen where the players that are going on to play, they're shaking as they get into the field
Dude.
because it's unlike anything that you see.
No way.
In
That's
fact,
so
if you can nail a clip to this thing,
Okay.
it's pretty stellar.
that'd be awesome.
Just so that's what made me think of the
Insert the clip.
this guy right here. Yeah.
Dude, that's wild. When you were saying, like, the entrance, my head immediately jumped to, like, Indiana Jones running away from the boulder.
Nice.
So I was like, it's kind of funny.
Ah, dude, mine went to what the fuck was that movie about ancient Rome? Oh my god,
Gladiator?
Gladiator. That's what mine went
Really?
to. Yeah. Remember they're all scared and
It's got to be like that.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
got to be like that.
Yeah, and then the lion eats the...
yeah, for sure. I mean that was I haven't seen that movie since I was like a child, but
I had never seen
Perfect
it
time to
until
see it.
recently.
yeah.
Just because when we were in Spain, we went to Italica in Sevilla,
Okay.
and it's like an ancient Roman ruin,
Yeah.
Colosseum. Anyways, quit bragging.
Sweet.
So we did our relegation teams. Team updates. What is that team you guys like? It's like one of those like smaller.
Lesser known teams.
Yeah. What?
They're
How do you even pronounce it?
It's like
Real Madrid. All right.
Fake
and
ass
yeah,
Madrid.
dude. No, they fucking. You know what it means royal? It means Royal Madrid.
Yeah, we discussed this once.
okay.
before.
I struggled to understand that at one point.
Really?
I thought it was real. Like this is the real Madrid.
Yeah,
You know, I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
It took me a while to.
That's
the
like
crown.
'90s hip hop, like
Yeah.
understanding. Like, no,
Dude.
this is the real Madrid.
Yeah, so they had El
Dude, I love
Clasico on Sunday, and they
What is El
fucking
Clasico?
crushed. So it is when Real Madrid plays Barcelona, and dude, they fucking crushed. I mean, they had control of the ball most of the game. They looked great. They had 2 goals that were disqualified. What do you call that? What
Disallowed.
disallowed?
disallowed.
Disallowed goals.
Because they were too real.
Yeah, they were too real. The only downside to the game was Vinny Jr. I don't even know what time he got subbed out, but was subbed out. Vinicius Jr. was subbed out, and he flipped out, dude. Lost
Really?
his mind, was screaming as he was coming off the pitch. Then didn't even go sit on the bench. You know where he went? Down the tunnel.
Oh, geez.
Straight to the
Screaming.
dressing room.
Yep, straight to the dressing
Dude.
room. Now, he did come back, but of course, all the headlines the next day were not about how good Real played. It was about Vinny Jr. being a little douche.
I'm trying to find the scoreline so I can see when he was subbed out.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, it was a good game though. It was a good game. I talked to a good friend of mine in Cuba, and of course he was like, "Oh, but Barca didn't have this guy doing good and that guy doing good." And like,
Rafinha has been outstanding for Barcelona.
yep,
And Lewandowski was out, right? Wasn't he out too?
Yes, he was.
dude, was he the one who was married to Shakira?
No, that was Piqué. That was a
Okay.
defender
Okay.
a while ago.
All right, when did he get subbed out? He was subbed out at 72 minutes.
Yeah, dude, and just lost his mind.
And then he received a yellow card at 90 plus 11.
Dude, so here's
That was that little brawl that we had at the end.
Not on the pitch.
They had a little disagreement.
Vinny, Rodrigo, and Eder. And then Lunin was ejected or was red carded.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Lunin? Is that a player?
Lunin, that's
Or
that's
Lunin?
Real Madrid's backup keeper.
Oh, really? Was he playing?
No,
Oh, there was an
no,
off-the-pitch
there was
as
an
well.
argument at the end of the game, and a few players got cards, and he got sent off. They were provoking Lamine Yamal at the end, and it became a huge thing between the teams.
yeah,
They were shoving and shouting, and
Jeez.
I think they did it on purpose. I have a feeling that the
Yeah.
Federation said, "Hey, draw up some drama so we
Yeah.
can get better ratings."
I
you
totally
know?
agree.
I don't think.
I
it's
totally agree. I
necessary.
thought it was kind of like hokey.
Yeah.
You know, like a little like seemed, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hokey?
Like a
Like-
soap opera.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
100%.
I mean, no.
Which already La Liga is known for being very soap opera esque
Oh, dude.
between
And
like the
very
ownership
NFL-like.
and the managers and like, oh god, like the drama between the families and yeah, I love it though. I think that's fucking
hell
great.
yeah. I mean, when I've only was in Spain for 3 weeks, but when I watched the television programs there, that is on almost every
dude.
channel is like these like
Oh yeah, telenovelas.
telenovelas. So I mean, it fits right into the culture, I would imagine.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, this is a big deal because last year Barcelona owned Real,
Oh, big time.
like big time, right?
Big time. Yeah, and it was kind of like, I don't know, it's hard to say it's the underdog coming back because they're, you know,
No, say that.
no, that's not true. But it's like they have, I think, been sitting on this for months, this anger. And it really came out and they fucking dominated that game.
Right.
I was so impressed.
Can I change one of those words? I don't think it's anger. I think it was incompetence.
Incompetence?
I think Real Madrid's incompetence against Barcelona was mental and has been mental for the last several years. Because although Madrid's had their bouts of,
Right.
beating them in mid 2 or 3 games in a row where they took the result, they're always in their head.
Yeah,
you
oh,
know,
yeah,
the-
man.
consistently.
What do you equate to being that? Like, what changed from last year to this year?
I think it's just the mentality.
But dude, I think it's the last few years. I
Last
think
few
since Benzema left, I feel like that, and that may not even been the linchpin, but around that time
Mhm.
was when they really, I don't know, even maybe Benzema's last year. Like Barcelona's really been in their head. It's in the news. I mean, it's all over the place.
Nothing to do with changing managers.
No,
No?
not necessarily. More like change of players. I think once Ronaldo left, it got pretty one-sided for a second. But then
Yeah.
Real Madrid bounced back.
Totally.
And once
Right.
Messi left, then Barcelona kind of came down in level for a little while. But I'd say that it's the actual team structure. I think Barcelona has a little bit more of a communal type of, hey, we're all in this together. You
Yeah.
know, let's build this up. And Real Madrid's always been very individual based. So
Okay.
the players think that they're, the best in the world, and they are. You've got Vini, you got Mbappe, you got Bellingham. It's hard not to have egos, and those don't always collaborate. But players
Sure.
like Rafinha, they were kind of not so known even 2 or 3 years ago. They were still coming up. They were
Yeah,
doing
right.
good. But, they had lesser of that name. And then,
Right.
a couple of different things. Pedri's a phenomenal player.
Dude, that
Pedri's
guy's incredible.
amazing. Gavi, when he's on fire, it's hard to stop Gavi. And, I mean, just all around. So,
Dude, you mentioning these players for Barcelona makes me think I like to make fun of Real Madrid, because it's like really hard to have all the best players in the world and all the money in the world. It's really tough, I understand. But I have to say your people in Madrid were incredibly fun. With my son wore a Barcelona jersey almost every single day. We were in Madrid for a week. And
Nice.
people
That's
were
brave.
honking at him and giving him a thumbs up.
Oh,
and
yeah.
no one ever said anything bad.
Yeah, man. I feel like that's the culture over there, though.
The funniest Real quick story is we toured the Real Madrid Stadium.
Bernabeu.
There we go. I knew I wouldn't be able to do it.
Santiago
Justice.
Bernabeu.
There we go. See?
He says it so much nicer.
That's why I hired you guys.
Santiago Bernabeu.
But so we were touring it, and my son, of course, wore his Lamine Yamal jersey, and we were walking through, and some kids there that were like hardcore Real Madrid fans would look at him and be like, Lamine. They were very distraught. But anyways, long story short, there was a guy, an older gentleman, who loved the fact that he wore it. He was just like, yeah, buddy. Did not speak English, you know. And he came up to us at one point, and he's like, he hands me his phone. He's like, and he goes, hey, come here. You know, so I'm like, okay. And it was in the VIP box in the stadium, and there's a big gold Real Madrid logo. And he's like, come here. He takes my son over there, and he just goes, look. Just gives it the finger. And then he's like, you, huh? So both him and my son are flipping off the thing.
Dude.
And the guy was like crying, laughing. Somewhere in
Dude, I love
I'm
that.
assuming near Barcelona this guy's from, maybe, or wherever. There's somewhere in Spain, there's a man with a picture of my son and him flipping off the...
Yeah, I love
Fantastic.
that.
And that, I don't know, dude, if that doesn't like sell you on soccer as just a
Yeah, dude.
awesome like community sport, like with some good-natured ribbing.
Dude, some great natured ribbing that's not so angry.
Yeah, it's
I
just
feel like in some American sports, you know, I'm thinking particularly baseball.
yeah.
Fuck, dude. When we went up to Milwaukee's stadium, I won't mention the name. I had some people being real shitty to my kid, rocking a Cubs jersey, but I feel like soccer's a little bit different. I mean, it's a different mentality. I feel like there's a jovial ribbing to it,
Yeah,
and it's more of a, I don't know.
of course.
It's not such a serious thing, but as much as they love their teams, it's not as,
Go down to Argentina though.
Yeah, are they insane?
That's a different story down
Okay.
there.
I was gonna like segue a little bit and be like, or not segue, but tack on like, there's some,
I'm sure there are some.
but like, you know, they might also recognize that we're, you know, I mean, they probably recognize my son as an American, and they're like, well, this guy doesn't really give a shit.
Yeah, good point.
He has no idea.
Now, Milwaukee fans, that's a separate podcast, but don't pretend like you go to Brewers games and the only time that they are sold out is when the Cubs come there. So
That's exactly right.
So don't pretend like you go to games and you can talk trash to children. Okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
Very fair. Very fair.
Anyways.
All right.
Let's
Hey,
see.
did we talk about Arsenal?
No.
All right, let's hear what's going on.
Of course not.
That fucking dog shit
we'll
team
dedicate
who
this
can only
2
do
minutes
defense.
to Arsenal once again 1-0 to the Arsenal. You know, it's a famous crowd chant for a reason. Crystal Palace, this is like a classic game where they would have fallen, tripped up or whatever, lost points in some fashion than the last 3-4 years. So it's great to see them get the win. Eze scores against his old team, which is awesome.
Big
and it was
news.
a kick-ass volley.
Nice, love that.
Off a corner kick, of course. So that's the big narrative right now in the Premier League, is that Arsenal can't score from open play or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is pretty true. But that corner kicks...
Does it matter, though? Like, does it matter how
Not
you
in the
score?
slightest. Not in the
Dude.
slightest.
But if you listen to the pundits and the people, and there's some question like, I mean, is this the game that we want to watch? Is all these goals from set pieces and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, hey, man, the game evolves. It'll probably go back to set pieces don't matter in a couple years, right? Because it just evolves, and it's cyclical.
Just like the shorts. Just like the shorts.
Yeah, dude, right? Yeah.
Nope.
It's like, well, we always talked about it in baseball. You know, the stolen base is stupid. No one steals bases, and then 2 years later, everybody steals
Fucking
bases.
everybody
so
steals
it's like
bases.
all the sports are cyclical. Whatever the other teams aren't doing,
Yeah.
good teams start doing. And then once everybody does that, the good teams do the other thing.
Dude,
And
the
then-
shift.
so-
The shift in baseball. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, I don't know. Here's one thing that never goes out of style. Defense. And
Yeah.
Arsenal is the best defense. I'm I will.
Dude, they have a phenomenal.
They have the best defense.
But they've
in
been
Europe,
known.
I'd say. But dude,
They've been known for their defense for forever, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at least under Arteta, they've had incredible defense, and it seemingly gets better each year. Right now, they're in a streak of 3 games in the Premier League where they have allowed 1 shot on target.
Fantastic number.
I think
That's
they've
Holy
allowed
shit.
3 goals in 9 games. 3 goals in 9 games.
So
Solid.
they're first on the table, right?
They are first right now.
Who's
They're
second?
4 points up. Oh, Bournemouth,
Okay.
which is awesome.
And how far back are they?
Bournemouth is 4 points back. At the
Okay, so they got some space up there.
yeah, and Liverpool lost again. They're spiraling. Man City lost. So like and what's really cool about the Premier League this year? I don't know if you guys are Premier League fans, but all of the teams that were promoted this year are clear of the relegation zone right now.
fantastic.
Sunderland
Dude, how
is-
fucking cool is that?
Sunderland is like top 5. I wish I had this all set up here. One moment. But all the teams that were newly promoted are clear of the relegation zone by like a ways. Like Sunderland is sitting 4th right now.
You know, I'm gonna chime in with that one real quick. The Mexican culture has adopted Sunderland as their go-to team.
Dude, hell
in
yeah.
England.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Gotta
Do you
get
know
the
why?
Gotta get the backstory, and I do know why. I can't think of it right now.
Okay.
Okay.
But I did hear about it. Why? But anyway, a bunch of them have taken them on as
Really?
their team. So
Dude.
there's a bunch of Mexicans in Mexico cheering on from Sunderland.
Dude.
So that's got to be it. Right?
That's so cool.
gotta be
Yeah,
it,
that's dude. They have more
right.
support behind their back now. There is a Netflix documentary about Sunderland. If you
Cool.
it's pretty interesting. Goes through their struggles with like getting relegated and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So Carlos, I know your team's the Pumas.
Pumas. Yes.
What's going on with the Pumas?
They play tonight. They are in 12th place right now in Liga MX, just on the cusp of qualifying for the wild card round, if you want to call it.
Right.
So then they got one of the tougher paths to still make it to the final, and they have a chance at doing it. They always have a chance, but it's not looking very good. Their strikers are gone. There's no striker currently at Pumas, with the exception
What do
of
you mean?
a hurt previous potential player. Meaning this guy is in his late 20s, and at one point he had potential to have a great career, but injuries kind of plagued that a little bit, and it's their only striker right now. And
Whoa.
he was kind of
Yikes.
tossed to the side. Maybe wasn't going to be a professional player any longer just a couple years ago.
Oh,
and
seriously?
yeah, so now he's kind of leading them, and unfortunately it's not connecting well. There's a lot of desire to do better from the fans, as always, but
Sure.
the team's not following through.
Dude,
It
I
doesn't
was
seem like it, but they're working hard, and hopefully they can turn this around. I still have faith in them. I think they'll make it.
how do you get to the point where you don't have a striker?
Injuries.
Injuries. Yeah, of course.
There's a couple other mid-type players that can play offensively, and they've been kind of being rotated into that striker position, but nothing's coming of it.
Man.
Nothing's coming of it, unfortunately. But tonight they're gonna turn the card. Tonight, it's
Who do
a
they
new
play
leaf.
tonight?
Who do they play tonight? Is it Cholos?
Dude, the Cholos?
Cholos.
Dude.
Do you know the Cholos? Yeah.
Cholos.
They play Club Tijuana, Los Cholos.
Dude,
what
does that mean? Los Cholos. Like, isn't that a thing? Like, hey, Cholo?
No, you know the dog that you ever seen Coco?
Yeah.
That black dog that falls around.
hell yeah, he's a Cholo.
I can't pronounce the name. It's
Yeah,
some crazy
yeah.
name, but
It's
the
a
like name is Cholo.
It starts with an X, right?
Sochicoloqui, something like that.
Yeah. He's a Cholo.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, that means something else too, right?
So I thought it was like a like part of an LA like Mexican American.
Yeah.
That's CHOLOS. This
Oh,
is
it's a different-
XOLOS for the dog.
Perfect.
Okay.
Cholo.
And I was wrong. Pumas don't play tonight. I thought they played tonight. They play Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll see how they do against.
Sunday versus the Cholos. Sick.
Dude, that actually is like a perfect segue into positions, but
Yeah.
we have to do one mention the Fire. We forgot the Fire.
The Chicago Fire.
The Fire made it past the Orlando City in the wild card, so they made it to the first round of the playoffs against the Philadelphia Union. They battled back in the last 15 minutes or so, down 2-0 to tie the game. And unfortunately, in the MLS's rules, once full time is over, you go right to penalty kicks. There's no extra time in the playoffs. So they eventually lost in penalty kicks, which I think is a crime. Penalty kicks, I think, are a crime. Ending a game on a penalty kick, especially
Feels
a
wrong.
playoff game.
Yeah.
I know you have to end it at some point, but
Feels wrong.
anyways, this weekend, Saturday,
Saturday. 4:30.
Saturday, the playoff game comes home to Chicago.
Look for this guy on the TV.
Yeah,
We're gonna be out there representing
hell yeah,
Lake
dude.
Geneva,
Love it.
Sullivan area.
I
Taking
would-
my kids down there. That's gonna be exciting.
Dude,
Dude, that's
yeah.
awesome.
I've been
You know they're
looking
going to
forward-
get a kick out of that.
I'm looking forward to. We're gonna go to some cool restaurants beforehand, make a day out of it.
Yes.
Dude, hell yeah.
We're pretty
Yes.
excited, and then we'll finish up over in Bridgeview. The game's over at SeatGeek Stadium.
See, I've never
Yeah.
been to that stadium. I've heard it's sweet.
It's interesting, you know. It's
I've only
interesting.
seen them at Soldier Field. So
They have some new plans for a new stadium.
yeah,
I
dude.
was actually on the phone with one of their ticket representatives
Oh, yeah?
earlier today because they reached out about their new stadium and everything,
nice.
trying to sign up season ticket holders and
Oh, yeah,
everything, you know.
okay.
So, but I started talking to her about my soccer business and you know how I have ideas to possibly work some referral things out with kids and games and getting them invested into it.
Hell
And
yeah.
sounds like they're pretty receptive to
Dude,
working something out. So
My
we'll
son's
see.
soccer club works with them. They
Okay.
they offered us tickets in like a situation. So dude, the Fire is awesome. They
Yeah.
do great community outreach stuff like that. So
That's very cool.
Yeah, and their stadium's gonna, I think, bring a little bit more of that European atmosphere into
Oh, yeah?
the stadium. So they're gonna build a really small stadium of it's got a capacity of 22,000,
nice.
Okay.
and that's roughly what they've been averaging for their home games at
Dude,
Soldier
So it
Field.
looks
then it's
full.
gonna be
So it
Yeah.
should
Yeah,
look
man.
full and
I
built
fucking
up.
love that.
So it's
Dude,
gonna be a small
absolutely.
place, a little boxier, more like that traditional,
yeah.
you know, second division English football kind of
Because dude,
stadium.
nobody thinks Soldier Field is good for anything. That's it.
No,
No, man. And it's potentially going to be gone, right?
Yeah, it is. It's
Such a shame.
They're
Is it
moving.
there's a definitive
The
thing
Bears
that
are moving to
to Arlington Heights.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
I mean, file that under who
Concerts.
gives a shit because the Bears suck, but you know,
Yeah.
love them, but they suck. Fuck.
All right. Position.
All right, yeah, positions.
Let's start at the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, start at the back, right? That's where the build-up starts.
All right. So we got our goalkeeper, our last line of defense.
Yeah, traditionally stands in the 6-yard box, hangs out.
that's their golden area. That's
Right.
their protective zone. You can't touch a goalie in that small box.
Oh,
Yep.
right.
And they're usually a big dude,
Right.
usually well over 6 feet tall, with quite the wingspan. Thibaut Courtois. How do you say his name? Thibaut Courtois?
Thibaut Courtois.
Yeah, man, that's a bitch of a name to say. I
He's
just
a huge man.
call him that goalkeeper.
What about
Yeah, big goalie.
I'm thinking of another huge guy now for Man City, Juan Luigi Donnarumma.
Donnarumma.
I mean, he's
Massive
6'8"
kid. Yeah.
or something.
I mean,
He was
shit,
playing
like,
professional at 17 and just knocking
Jesus.
it out of the park.
dude.
That's
Doing
crazy.
fantastic. But on the flip side too, there's been small goalies
Right?
that have caused
Okay.
quite a bit of ruckus.
Really?
You know, so the best, or considered one of the best Mexican goalies, is Jorge Campos, who interestingly enough played for the Fire at one point and
Oh yeah.
played as a
Really?
striker and as a goalie
That's
too.
crazy.
So,
Dude, that's got to be kind of wild playing both of those
yeah,
positions.
yeah, and he was
totally
good.
different.
And he was good at playing striker too.
No
He would
shit.
he would score some good goals, but he stood at all of 5'6", 5'7".
Damn,
He
dude.
was such an amazing goal. He would spring up like
Damn.
nothing.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
'cause-
you have to be able to jump.
Right.
You know, that's another one of these things. These big guys are also very athletic and they can jump.
It's
Well,
the
you-
hardest position for sure.
You do watch though that now it has gotten to where there are two distinct types for the most part in the top leagues. There's a giant shot stopper,
Yeah.
like the guys we mentioned, Courtois and Donnarumma.
Yeah.
And then you have the little smaller, quicker guys, kind of like Arsenal's David Raya.
Sure.
Still a good shot stopper, but more of like a little more skilled with his feet.
A little bit more
Athletic
nimble.
Yeah.
Nimble. Yeah.
Nimble. Yeah.
Um,
I think you're absolutely right. There's two categories, and it's
Right.
the more nimble and kind of you see him moving around a lot more. Whereas like Courtois, you don't see him moving around a ton, but he's just a giant
He
presence.
doesn't
Yeah.
need to. He just
Yeah, I mean, he's
reaches
just-
over. And he's got that other bar. And
Yeah.
yeah, I
mean,
think
that's
when he goes
insane.
like this, he touches both
Basic.
bars.
Yeah, he's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
But, okay, so our goalkeeper, last line of defense, they are trying to stop the ball from going into the goal.
Right.
What else can we say about our goalkeeper?
They are they should be the number one driver for the team. I mean,
Ooh,
they've got the vision of the entire field in front of them, and they should be the director, the orchestrator
Okay.
of the team.
Yeah, and I
That
mean,
should
they're
be-
kind of. We discussed last episode that they're kind of like the team spokesperson when it comes to
Sure.
talking to the refs.
You do hear them when you're like at a game. You hear them talking the most. Like,
Oh, yeah.
especially when it's in. But they're given, all the direction, like you're saying.
They're the orchestrators, do
Right.
this, do that, and on a lower level playing type of, I guess, situation, the Sunday leagues and rec things and that kind of thing. A good goalie will try to do that, but
Right.
oftentimes you'll be looked at like, who's this guy?
Dude, shut the
trying
fuck up! You
right,
can't even
we're,
run.
Yeah.
we're all just out here for whatever. But at a high level, the high level, soccer team or college soccer teams and professional, the goalie is the number one, person out
Right.
there shouting at everyone, and you have to,
Right.
because you have the exact vision of what's going on the field, and there's no one behind you, so
Yeah. Right.
you don't have to be distracted by any of that. But it's the toughest position. I think goalie is just absolutely crazy at getting these shots ripped at you at
Yeah.
such a fast speed.
So, and more on a basic level. So, our goalkeeper is the only technical player in the game that can use their hands to
Right.
touch the ball.
Yes.
They can move anywhere on the field.
Right.
They do not generally,
Generally.
but they are mainly like in their happy place, which we said was the 6-yard box.
I was thinking of Happy Gilmore. Which
Yeah, dude, his happy place.
has a little person on a tricycle and
Dude, have you seen the new one?
oh yeah.
Dude, I fucking love how his happy place is like somebody holds up a pair of pants and it's like size medium, and then like the cholesterol
Yeah.
results coming and they're like down or low. Dude, I'm like, that is it. That is middle age right there, man.
That aged with us.
Dude,
from
I just got my
hurtful.
cholesterol results back this morning,
Oh,
nice.
shit.
and I wasn't happy.
Oh,
I gotta
no.
guess I gotta fucking sprint.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got to get you working out. I mean, if
Shit, yeah.
you'd be the goalie.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Now, my thing is, I agree with you. It's probably the hardest, but I think it's probably the hardest because of disengagement. Like, I'd be fucking bored out of my mind.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, there'd be some real intense parts, like you're saying, shot stop. You're like, oh fuck, but then like half the game, you're just sitting there like, fucking counting peeps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, not if you're Arsenal's goalie. I mean, think about that.
No, man, they're constantly they possess the ball. That's like the point of
Yeah.
their system is to eliminate any potential of mistakes.
Sure.
Like, or not even mistakes necessarily, but the opposition having a chance to do anything.
Yeah.
So like, but that's what I mean. The state of the game, especially in the Premier League, like unless you're like one of those teams getting, on the opposite side of that, where you're getting shots all day. Like, dude, if I was David Raya, I'd be like, hey man, another clean sheet, and I didn't do shit.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice.
Dude, can you imagine?
That's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
All right, so moving to our defenders.
Right. So, do you want to start like in the center?
Yeah,
Or
I was
do
gonna
you
say
wanna
start with center back.
So I mean, depending on like the shape, right? Is there always two center backs, or depending on shape?
Not
right?
always. Sometimes there's three.
Oh shit!
You
Okay.
know, sometimes you have three center backs that kind of play. It all comes down to the formation,
Right.
and the type of play. And formations can change mid-game depending on
Right.
what tactics the coach wants to run. And the most common formation you'll see will include four in the back line. So your two center backs, and then typically your right back and your left back.
Dude, I was watching this week. I was watching El Clasico, and I love when they. It's stupid. This is so fucking lame. But when they put the lines for the formation, so you can see how like the formations of players move, man,
Isn't that fun?
it just makes you realize how connected these players are.
Dude.
They're not just running on the field, man. Because it sometimes looks like they're just running wherever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
But then when you put these like these unreal lines that are just for TV, you're like, they are in the exact precise position, and that's why they're so good.
Right.
Yep.
That's why they're so good, because they don't. It looks like they're not, and then as soon as you see that fucking line of that formation, you're like, holy fuck.
It's a focus. It's
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is.
different type of focus out
Right.
there. You're gonna have it.
Because they have to move as a unit, right? So, like, not only let's say they're in a four defenders. Not only do the four defenders have to move together and hold the line, right, for like offside and whatnot, but the whole team is moving as the ball is moved around the field, right? And they have to like hold that shape. So yeah, and it's crazy to be. You have to be like focused in on like your proximity to your teammates and whatnot.
And the other team, you
And the
know,
other
to
te-
see
yeah.
where they're at
Shit,
and
yeah.
where you want them to be.
Right.
So in that defensive side of the field, you got to be extra cautious with especially those sneaky strikers, the ones that really have a grasp on where to move and how to move, because that's what makes that split second matter.
Oh yeah.
You know, is that extra little distance. So, and then with the center back position, you'll have your one player that should dictate what that offside line is.
Okay.
What that backs, that absolute last line is going to be, and they're typically you could call it the leader of the defensive line. You know, the Sergio Ramos, the
Van Dijk.
Van Dijk,
Right.
the Thiago Silva. You know, they're the louder players, the ones with more
Right.
typical, more physical presence or more confident, if you will, and a lot of times they're expected to have a little bit of that striker quality to them too, to get in there
Okay.
for that last minute,
Yep.
header or
Okay.
kick that you need. So, very, again, difficult spot to be on the field. The wings, the outside players, not so much, but that center back, you're gonna deal with
yeah.
everything there.
I mean,
So-
they're moving a lot. They're stopping strikers. Yeah, I mean, they're the. I mean, I was going to say the last defense, but that's a goalkeeper. But the second to last defense.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're there to potentially stop a striker or intercept the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you're learning with us in this podcast, you don't even know what a striker is yet. So,
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we got our center back.
So we have the center backs, and we discussed like they're primarily within the center of the pitch, from what you'd say like the 18-yard box width, like up and down the field is kind of their channel.
Yeah. So if you break up the field into thirds, into I guess 9 blocks, they would occupy that bottom middle
Okay.
block. If you can kind of picture
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Sure.
You know, so that's kind of their role. They'll shift up a little bit, especially as corner kicks happen, or that play naturally stays in that opposite side. But yeah, they'll roam that back half.
So then, our furthest wide defenders, what do we call those? Wingbacks?
Right
or
backs, you can
right
call
back?
them wing backs if they
Okay.
have more of an offensive position.
Okay.
And that's something that you typically see when a team's trying to be more attack minded,
Okay.
or they have that speedy presence on the outside. So some teams will play a 5 defense line, but those 3
okay.
center backs will act more of a defensive type of protection, while those wing backs will run up and down those sides, offering support on the attack, but dropping back enough to be another support at the back. So-
Like I think of like the prototypical in my mind wingbacks are like PSG, Nuno Mendes,
Yeah.
Achraf
Nuno
Hakimi.
Mendes is an excellent example.
Like,
Hakimi used to
just like those guys that are totally want to be a part of the offense
Mhm.
or the attack, you know.
Oh yeah,
they have the
absolutely.
ability to.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite players was Marcelo, that played for Real Madrid, quite a bit of time ago, and he when he got the ball and he started dribbling upfield, you know something cool is gonna happen.
Yeah,
Because
right.
he had that Brazilian flair to him,
Right.
and his defending wasn't like you wouldn't put him top 3 defense wise, but from what he could offer, he was an outstanding player and arguably one of the best left backs
Dude.
ever.
Well, that's where I mentioned Nuno Mendes because I feel like he probably should have gotten more of a stake or more of a share of the Ballon d'Or. Because like, dude,
Yeah.
last year he was easily the best left back in the world. Like,
He's so quick.
he's just dude,
so fast.
and he's a willing defender, which is not always a thing for those, right?
Right.
I mean,
exactly.
Depend again. The wing back, the right back, left back, like that's depending, like your style or whatever is depending on what your attack is, right? Like,
Yeah.
so like the wing back would be for the more offensive, then like a right and left back would be more of defending. Type
Correct.
of,
More of that traditional stay back, and you're up 3-1, 4-1 at that point. You want to make sure that that back line stays protected. So
right.
Yep.
you'll play with that, more traditional structure. But at the same time, if you want to really lock in the game but still have options, say second leg of a playoff in the Champions League and you're up 2-0, you might play with that, sort of back 5, but
Right.
with the occasional runs up and down the field.
So then the other way to like kind of like paint the picture for like audio folks is like these are the furthest outside defenders.
Yes.
So they would be responsible for those the attacking like wings or
Yep.
the opposing team's wings, like they're furthest outside players.
Their right mids, their right left mids, the ones putting in that attack, they'll be that, their main goal is to keep them outside.
Right. Okay.
Keep them from getting the ball to that inside pocket where a forward could come in and, have a clean shot on goal. So,
Right.
but it's such a demanding position because you're up and down, the whole game. And,
gosh.
yeah,
running the whole time.
the whole time.
And not that everybody on the pitch isn't. Well, I guess the goalkeeper isn't. But, I feel like they're constantly up and down the pitch.
Right.
Yes.
But then that moves us to our midfielders.
Right. I'm always a huge fan of, just because that's what my son primarily plays, is the defensive mid, the CDM.
Versatile position.
Which I think is in my limited understanding of soccer, football, is the quarterback is the guy who makes the team run, offensively, defensively. He's the guy who's, in my opinion, gets the ball out of the back.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy that keeps the ball on attack.
That's the engine of the team.
Right.
If you could. Yeah, that center mid position is also one of the hardest because you got players all around you trying to get the ball and, you're in the middle of the whole action. So that's cool that your son plays the CDM. It's kind of overlooked at a younger age, but it plays a pretty important role in the whole.
I mean, you think of for references for Busquets, probably like one of the all-time best ever.
Busquets is awesome. Casemiro had a great presence in the CDM. Absolutely.
Like I look at for Arsenal, like Zubimende. I mean, Declan Rice at times plays that position.
So our actual definition of the CDM is they protect the defense, breaks up plays, and distributes the ball to launch attacks. God, what a great way to say it.
Dude.
Distributes the ball to launch attacks. I fucking love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
They call him the pivot, right?
Mm-hmm.
As well. Referencing receiving the ball from the defense and the build up from the goalie, from the center backs, and then they have to turn, pivot, and bring the ball upfield.
The best player to ever do that, in my opinion, is Toni Kroos. That played for Real Madrid, and he didn't play so much of that defensive role, but that pivot, that ability to take that ball in that bottom third, and then pinpoint it wherever he wants to, or dribble and completely shake off defenders. It's by far one of my favorite playing styles because he was just so calm and elegant with it, very Zidane-like, if you will. But I don't think there's ever been a better passer than Toni Kroos.
Yeah, man.
Pirlo is up there, Andrea Pirlo, but I think Kroos for me takes it.
Yeah.
So when we're stacking up the field, or as we're building this team, right, from the goalkeeper up. So we have our goalkeeper, then we have our 4 defenders. So then our defensive mid will then essentially is in midfield, right, like halfway to the attacking zone.
Yep.
So sometimes, depending, similarly like we said, with there could be 2 center backs, there could be 3 center backs, there could be 2 defensive mids, right?
2
or
center
one,
defensive mids, yeah.
So that's sort of the job of the defensive mid. Then there's straight up center mids, like center midfield, right?
I think next to the goalie, that's also the hardest position.
Right.
I'd say just
Center mid.
Center mid. It's right there with goal. I think goalie's
Dude,
a little tougher.
Modric. Old man Modric.
Yes,
God.
Modric is amazing. Him and
Yeah.
Cruz tore it up
Oh
with
man.
Real Madrid.
No,
Him and Cruz.
there's different expectations of center mids, right?
Yes.
So we have like a playmaking center mid. Would that be like your attacking?
Your Cam, your typical number 10. You know, think Messi, Maradona, Kaká, Ronaldinho at times. Lot of great Cam. Maradona's probably the most famous, the perfect example of what that center attacking mid should be.
Right, like for your if you're watching now, that's like your Cole Palmer's, Martin Odegaard.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of some other like. I'm trying to do bring all the Arsenal guys in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that. Bellingham
It's
is
hard
a
to-
little bit
right?
of
It's
a
hard to
center
do,
attacking
isn't it?
mid.
Yeah, it's just trying for reference points, So then, if there's an attacking mid, what like if you had another midfielder, what is their responsibility?
Like your typical center midfielder.
Yeah.
Pretty much a little bit of that cam and center defensive mid. You know, you got to receive the ball right in the middle and try to break up plays. But more than anything, you're going to be, depending on the team, you're either a connector to the outside or straight through the middle.
Okay.
And if you've got a good, you can receive the ball really well, you can turn really well with it. Most often, you're going to be able to have that functionality where you can either dribble the ball up, distribute to the outside, or end up relieving that pressure by dropping back to one of the defensive players, and then at that point helping to essentially be sort of a stepping stone to bring in that ball further up the field.
I do have some pretty good definitions here.
That's great. Yeah.
So our center midfielder controls tempo, which I love as well. They absolutely like Modric controlling tempo.
He's just sitting there with a wood block.
Yeah. Transitions between defense and attack and dictates the rhythm. Man, Modric dictated the rhythm. I mean, him being the
doesn't
first.
he still do it wherever he is now? Where
Yeah,
is he?
I don't. Yeah,
AC Milan. Yeah.
He's how old is he? He's got
40.
40, right?
40.
He's up there with Ronaldo.
Yowza. All right, and then our attacking midfielder, the team's creative hub, makes key passes, assists, and joins attacks. I love that the team's creative hub.
Yeah, right. It's always your most creative player, you'd say, right? Like
Your
the
classic
guy,
10.
right?
It's your classic 10 in that center attacking mid.
See, I think the only thing we didn't do when I'm thinking about this, though, for explanation purposes, in my mind, we're talking about a 4-3-3 shape. So 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, 3 attacking players, and then the goalie. Just for reference, that was what I was thinking in my head. I don't know. Just when we're explaining these things, like maybe the shape, if they understand like how they're arranged.
If they understand shapes. They're not listening to our podcast if they understand shapes.
Geometry class.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
A little
Well,
into it. No, it is important. I like to look at triangles as sort of the aim of a team.
Yeah.
When you create triangles, you create multiple options for that pass and multiple outlets more than anything, So, shapes absolutely play an important role, especially in the back line.
Right.
Keeping the proper shape, keeping the proper, blocks, if you will, is super important. But, shapes, soccer shapes.
Well, and I guess it's more of like, how often are they in the actual shape anyways, right? Like the shape that is on the, when they do the, hey, here's the game preview.
Yep.
How often are they sitting like that when you're watching the game? But not at all, maybe, right?
Quite often. Actually, quite.
I think they're
see
in
quite
that
often.
shape, but they're not just in the same spot.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Like
That's
the
what I
shape
mean. Like,
stays.
yeah.
And that's what I was talking about with those lines, like how they,
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can see
how it
that.
just, I don't even understand. Like it's like they're connected with a cable or something.
Like they all have a rope on
Yes.
tied to their waist, and they all.
Yeah,
just
dude, that
kinda-
reminds. Wasn't that a Ted Lasso episode where like they all had a rope on them? I made that up. It was my Ted Lasso
No, I
dream.
think that
I
was-
had all of them roped up and
I
their
think that
pants
was-
were off.
That was Mississippi Burning.
Moving on. Yeah. So then we've got our forwards. We got the
The egos.
egos.
It's the egos.
Oy. All right. So let's start with our right wing. I'm gonna give the definition first. That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So our right wing uses pace and dribbling to attack wide areas or cut inside to shoot or cross.
Now, are there different definitions for right and left wing?
That's a great question. Yeah, there actually is.
Really? What is the overall? If I can ask one other question, will you let me?
No.
All right.
Go ahead.
What is the? What is the? Is there like a formation to this definition, or is it just definitions?
It's just definitions.
Okay, I didn't know if
believe
there was, like-
I believe it's a 3-3-3. No, it's a 4-3-3.
Okay. So yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think that's the formation they have for the
'Cause
definitions.
that's the most like standard, right? I mean,
4-4-2 is
Oh,
the
4-4-2,
most typical one. Teams have kind of gravitated towards that, but the 4-3-3 did become more of a thing, especially after Madrid and Barcelona in like 2013, 2014,
okay.
when Barcelona had Neymar and Messi on the wings, and Real Madrid had Bale and Ronaldo
Oh, okay.
simultaneous. So, that
So is
kinda
this
cra-
how you recognize that we're newbies? Because we talk about 4-3-3. Just say
Not
No, I'm
necess-
just kidding.
no. I mean, it's very common. Really the most famous one, I think,
Right.
outside of 4-4-2. But
So I gave our right wing. Our left wing drives at defenders, scores, and provides width. Often cuts inside onto stronger foot.
Okay.
I think that's the same thing as the other one, just worded differently, right?
I think so.
Pretty much.
See, I was trying to figure that out. I was like,
So that
maybe
that's
the
also-
the
that's
stronger
also
foot's
an,
the only different thing.
That's also an interesting thing to think of, like, for me, learning about soccer is that the right wing, their strong foot is the left foot. The left wing, is that what they're saying in that?
Depending on the play,
Okay.
depending on the play style, but yeah, I mean, Ronaldo and Messi changed that expectation of a winger.
Okay.
I think before them, they were mainly focused on crossing the ball
Okay.
and providing that, penetrative run to the outside and then cut it back in towards the middle. I keep hitting this cable. So yeah, but after them, it was very clear that they would cut in and shoot with that,
Right.
that foot. So it started a little before them even, but for the most part, that outside place was to filtrate the
Just
ball
to
back
get-
in.
okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Think of like Ryan Giggs from Manchester United,
Okay.
David Beckham.
Right.
Their role was
yeah.
more of that cross the ball, get it to that, target striker, which
Right,
back
okay.
then was and even now, taller, more
Usually a big guy.
physically present player, and one of my favorite strikers ever was Thierry Henry.
Oh
And
yeah.
his ability to
Who'd he play for,
control the
Zach?
ball was
I have no idea.
yeah.
Who did he play for?
Arsenal
Oh,
and Barcelona.
wow. So I super hate him.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. But still, no, that moves us into our striker position.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a definition of a striker: leads the attack, finishes chances.
Ooh.
I like that.
Yeah.
Holds up play and creates space for teammates. Yeah, man, I think that's pretty spot on.
Yeah. And
They've got the biggest ego as well. Well, maybe not the biggest ego, but pretty close.
Yeah. I think strikers get it.
when you could like just in today's game, like now you can think of like different types, right? Like you have like Erling Haaland, like a big fucker.
Dude,
that's
the-
like
What's his thing? The namaste thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Namas-
fucking hate that.
namaste out of first place. That's what he's doing.
Dude, I fucking love that.
Even though he's clearly the best striker.
Oh my god, amazing. I just fucking hate that thing. Yeah, I
yeah.
don't know. The celebration piece, there's
gives
been
me
different
chills,
players on Real Madrid that have had their weird celebration things, but that to me is like the weirdest. The way
Yeah.
he like sits down and does this, and
Well, and dude,
give me a fucking break.
and I think in a completely different type of striker is Mbappe, right? And I
Oh
don't
my
even
God.
know, I don't
Does
even know
Mbappe do anything afterwards? No, he smiles, he kind of claps. You know,
I'm talking about style of play. But,
Oh, okay.
Right.
Sorry, I was going back. I'm
All
still
yeah.
fucking caught up in on the
all
celebration.
Glory, yes.
but
Dude,
yeah,
but
no,
Mbappe
I-
is like he's. I think part of the reason he's so good is he is actually a pretty humble guy.
yeah, dude, I
He's
agree.
a pretty humble guy, and yeah, just I don't know. He's one of the smoothest players I've ever seen play
Oh,
too.
for sure,
Like a little eel out there.
dude. Yeah, and it, I'm trying to think of like, there's also like some smaller, like more nimble strikers, right? Who are more.
Alessandro Del Piero for Juventus was a smaller stature,
Okay.
but he could weave in and out. Messi played with that striker role
Right.
for many years. Gabriel Jesus
Oh,
for
yeah,
Arsenal
Jesus.
again.
Yeah, that poor guy, man. His knees hate him.
His knees.
His knees.
His knees.
Yeah, his ACLs.
Gotcha. What else you got? All sorts of them. Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
a
he had that
giant, yeah.
amazing acrobatic ability.
Dude.
Did you ever see somebody just lift his leg up and strike the ball down like
Dude,
a jiu-jitsu kick?
And how
That's what he would do.
huge he was. He
Yeah.
was a giant person to
Yeah.
be able to do the things that he did.
Biggest ego. When you're talking
Oh,
about
my
ego
God.
right there,
Yeah.
he was a massive ego.
Dude. Yeah, but I think like you're saying, like that those they remind me of like wide receivers in the NFL.
Yep.
Like they can't do shit without the ball.
Yep.
So like they're
But they are the ones scoring goals.
They are the
Mhm.
ones that get all the points, right? They
They
get all the
are.
glory, so like they have that ego, right? Because
That's
we
right.
don't win without me.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's true, dude. It's true. And it's funny, I tend to like the ones who are less show-offy. I don't know, but
Yeah.
Benzema was kind of in the middle. Benzema was like the first striker. I was like, oh god, I got a hard on for this guy.
He's probably my favorite striker.
Yeah, I mean just
100%.
and kind of in the middle, like not super small, but not really huge at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
But God, he was fun to watch, man.
Even
was-
in his beginning times, when he played for Lyon. Was it Lyon or Marseille? No, it was Olympique de Lyon. When he played for them, you could tell there was something cool about the guy because his style was different. His style was, more of that almost cat-like presence,
Yeah.
Oh,
if you will,
yeah?
where he was like, he would be waiting for you, and all of a sudden he would make one move and he was past you.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Like
yeah.
like a cat, you think, hey, I can get you. You're just standing still right there, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
boom, he's gone.
Dude.
Yeah.
And his shots were awesome. Passing was great. All around great player. Benzema. Shout out to Benzema.
Yeah, dude.
Shout out to Benzema. If you're watching, we miss you.
Well, dude, did we get all the positions for the most part in like
Yeah.
in a
It makes it look super simple, because you've got, 10 positions that you can roughly name, maybe 11, 12.
right?
But when you're on the field, you have different roles at different
Oh,
times.
absolutely.
And that's the cool thing is as much of a position-based game as it is, and you do keep that shape in that game as much as possible,
Yeah.
you don't hold that position for very long periods of time. You hold it consistently,
Right.
but for very short periods of times.
It's all kind of fluid. Like you play with each other. So like, you see a lot of times like a guy will maybe a right back really like gets in a run, but you'll see a midfielder then cheat over and
Yeah.
take in his spot just in case.
Mhm.
Like so it's all fluid. Like you're not always in your spot, right?
No.
The
It's
only
like water.
The only question I had, like, and I don't know if it's something to get to today, but there are corresponding numbers to all these positions.
Yes. Oh.
Right? And there's something to be said for like, hey, I'm the number 6. Like, there's a expectation of like I'm 6.
Mm-hmm.
He's 10, right? Because we said these things like,
Yep.
who's the number 9, right? So
The 7, the 11, the 8. The 8.
Right.
I like to play more of that 8 when I'm in the center mid. A
Right,
little bit
and,
more
like,
of that distributor.
okay, I was gonna ask like just for an example, if you could throw out like what is the 8? Like that's a center mid.
Yeah, it's like a Tony Cruz.
Okay.
You know, where your main job is to kind of not just control the tempo, but make each play go at the speed that you need it to.
Okay.
Because every play is different, and you got to slow it down and wait for them to open up. Sometimes you just got to play that quick penetrating pass, and that's what the 8 does. 6 a little bit more on the defensive side, but kind of the same thing. So that 8 and 6 is pretty much identical, except for the defensive side.
I will say this: I've never heard of these numbers you're talking about.
So yeah, I only know a few of them. Yeah. Like just from like the 10 is your attacking midfielder.
Okay, and why are are the numbers are different ways to play the position? Or there are different numbers to the position?
Just based on where they are. So you start with 1, which is the goalie. Then you got your 2, which is typically reserved for a left back or a right back. And then 3, 4, you have your 2 centers.
It's just like baseball.
Dude, just like baseball.
Positions in baseball.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Like it kind of follows the ball.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
So I will say we should be wrapping this baby up.
Oh yeah.
But we didn't do a shame of the week. Do we have a shame?
I was really hoping you guys were gonna get to it. I was really
I almost
threw
one out. I almost threw one out there.
Hey, I think you should throw it out right now.
Now?
In your Real Madrid talk, I thought you were gonna throw one out.
Right. Then that's where
Do we want to give it to him?
I think the shame of the week should actually go for whoever deducted the points from Sheffield Wednesday.
Ooh.
I think that should be the shame of the week.
That's an English football league
commissioner.
That's just that's part of the structure of if you get put in, what is it called again?
Administration.
If you get put in administration, you've admitted like that you fucked.
Yeah, but
royally.
But it's the owner.
It's not the players. It's not the players, and it's not the fans. And they're the ones that suffer from it.
So let's, dude. I think we should shame. What's his name? The former owner.
He already won that title once. We just didn't know who.
All right, so we're gonna give it to the. Should we give it to the Championship League?
I feel like you got to give it to the AFL rule book. Yeah, I mean.
Are we gonna give it to Vinicius?
Yeah, dude. I really wanted to give it to Vinny Jr.
I think he deserves it.
I think let's give it to Vinny Jr. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Shame on you. The way you acted when you got subbed out. Seriously, shame on you. That was. I don't know. I feel like it showed who you really are, and we know now.
Devil's advocate. Wouldn't you wasn't he established as kind of the centerpiece of Real Madrid before they had to go out and get Mbappe?
He was, but he wasn't good enough.
Okay.
He wasn't Benzema. You know what? Like,
right. But they don't play the same positions.
I know. But yeah, he's not good enough, man.
No?
He's not good enough. I mean, do you agree?
No, I don't agree. I think he's good enough. I think his attitude will always keep him from achieving greatness.
I respect that. I respect that.
I think regardless of how, I mean, it's a different quote, right? Same answer, different quote. Yep. He's not him.
Yeah.
He's not him.
That's exactly right. So, Vinny Jr., shame on you. You are a shame of the week. And this has been an American Idiot's Guide to Soccer. Ryan, you look like you got something to end it with.
I stand with you, Vinny. Your team did you wrong.
You son of a bitch. All right. Once again, I'm Zach. I have with me... No, I'm kidding. I'm Zach. This is Carlos and Ryan. And we will be back next week with another shame of the week. Maybe something better than Vinny Jr.
Possibly offsides discussion.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next week.
American idiots got the soccer. An American idiot's got. An American idiot's got the soccer. American idiot's got. Couple